Now let's get to the subject at hand, the negative stuff. And I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I'm just going to very briefly explain to everyone what's going on. All right. Starting back in August, this guy named Tutankhamun came into the stream and was being very generous. He was throwing cheers around like crazy, but then told everyone after throwing crazy amounts of cheers around that basically his account had gotten frozen by Amazon. So then he started tipping me like crazy. And then in September, he went nuts gifting a ridiculous amount of subscriptions to the channel. So when he was doing this, no one knows who this guy is. I didn't know who the guy was. You know, I never heard from him before. He had never been any kind of an active contributor, and apparently his account had been relatively new. No one knew who he was. So then, apparently, the rumor, I don't think it was a rumor, everyone knew he was going to other channels on Twitch as well and doing exactly the same thing, including LTG and a few other, like, I guess, Street Fighter players. He was going to their channels and gifting exorbitant amount of subscriptions. He was tipping people. He was just doing crazy amounts of contributing on the streams.
So everyone's thinking, you know, what is the deal with this guy?
Now, the bottom line is I have absolutely no control over this stuff. His contributions are what they are, right? Like, he throws the money at people, and you don't have a way to really do anything about it. You know, I'll be honest, I was very skeptical if the guy was legit or not. And if anything that he ever did was going to stick or not, I had no clue. The good news is, a lot of it did. Like, I'll say, the stuff that he did with cheers and subs did stick. And it ended up benefiting me for a couple months here, where obviously, you know, those contributions helped out a ton, right? And I'm certainly not going to be negative about that, okay? But what basically ended up happening, all right, was I noticed over the last month to month and a half that Tuts' behavior was changing to be very negative and very toxic to people in the stream chat. I noticed he was saying insulting things to people in the stream chat. He was insulting me in a sly manner. Like, he would say to someone,
you know, I contributed, so Phil doesn't need any more help. He doesn't need any kind of contributions because I did a bunch of stuff.
And you would notice when he would contribute, he would try to basically kind of hog the spotlight, okay? He would try to basically be like, oh, the stream's all about me. I'm just going to keep gifting subs, and I'm going to keep doing this, and everyone talk to me. It's all about me. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. I put up with it because he was being very generous. It was helping out. And, you know, sometimes you got to look at the big picture. And, yeah, was it disrupting that this guy was coming in here and basically trying to make it all about him, a big attention thing about him? Yeah, it was disrupting. And, in fact, I got multiple complaints over the past 2 months about this guy, okay? But I said I'm going to put up with it because, hey, it's like they say, the lesser of two evils, I guess. Yeah, it's disruptive to the streams, but at least his contributions are helping out and allowing me to keep doing what I do. So I'm not going to look the gift horse in the mouth, right? Well, I just basically kept putting up with it. And then the last few weeks, it just kind of was getting unbearable to the point where he would come in and start arguments. He would be violating the rules, and people would be very lenient with him. He got timed out at one point for violating the rules. Basically, I guess it all came to a head the other day. And the thing is, I wasn't involved whatsoever. Allow me to explain what happened, all right? So, I'm in here streaming Red Dead 2. And I'm basically just playing the game, focused on the game. There's a lot of narrative stuff that happened when I played this game on Sunday. So, I don't even know what's going on. I'm not involved in it whatsoever. Apparently, Tut came in here and started fights, was threatening people, was threatening the mods with, like, physical, oh, I'm going to beat you up and stuff like that. You know, little kiddie shit that's not allowed. You can't say that stuff. And the mods had words with him and were like, dude, we don't know what's going on, but you got to chill out. We don't know what's happening. And basically, he basically threw a temper tantrum and was screaming, ban me, ban me, ban me. And, you know, this isn't just me hearsay. I read the logs. I read the chat logs. And this is what he was doing. Okay? So the mods banned him. And it wasn't going to be a permanent ban or anything at all. We didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was going on. So, just to give you guys some perspective, so I end the stream, you know, the Red Dead stream, not knowing what the hell's going on. And basically my mods told me the situation. They said, here's the logs, take a look, what do you think? And I was like, I don't know what happened with this guy. Seems like he lost his mind. I don't know why the hell he would have been acting like this. I mean, yeah, I've seen that he's had some negative tendencies in the past couple of months, but nothing to this extent. It's like the guy exploded, he lost his mind or something. So I checked my emails. He had emailed me multiple times with insulting Detractor things. Basically, you know, really nasty emails. And I'm like, well, it sounds to me like this guy apparently was going to do this all along. Like this was some kind of a blow up or a plan. Like maybe he was planning to blow up and try to get all this attention on my stream or something. I don't know. I have no idea. Like this guy is an enigma, right? No one knows anything about this fucking guy. So basically he says in an email to me, he sent me 3 emails. Like they're not, I mean, if you read the string of emails, it's like insane what he's saying. And he did this all when I was streaming, so he knew I couldn't even read the emails, but he was like acting like I should have responded immediately to his emails. And basically the final email, he's like, I want all my money back. And I'm like, you're not getting any money back. Like, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Anything through Twitch is already processed and done. And as for the tips you sent me, you've literally on stream announced it was you and said that it was you actively doing it. I even have emails from Tuts saying, oh yeah, because I basically when Tut started to gift me, you know, big amounts of contributions back in August, I started talking with him behind the scenes to make sure he was legit. And at that point, he was very rational. He was like, yes, you know, everything, this is all yours to keep. This is me just trying to be nice, and I like your content, and blah, blah, blah. Now, here we are 2 months later, and the guy's completely lost his mind, demanding money back. I'm like, dude, you're not getting anything back. You're out of your mind. Like, I don't know what your problem is. But, you know, basically, you can't violate the rules. I don't care how much you've contributed. No one's above the rules. Because then we don't have a safe environment anymore for people to chat. So either you abide by the rules or you're out of here. Okay, I don't know what's going on with you. Why all of a sudden you're doing this nasty stuff in stream chat, threatening mods, asking to be banned, acting like a weirdo basically. But I can't have it, you know. And so basically, he placed over $1,200 of tips that he had given me since way back when, since August. So over 2-month span that he'd been tipping me on the streams, he placed them all on an alert for fraud with PayPal. Now, for those of you who aren't aware how PayPal works, there's 2 ways that you can try to dispute something, okay? You can either say, oh, you know, I sent someone money via PayPal and they didn't live up to the bargain. And usually this is for an eBay transaction. Oh, you know, I sent money and they were supposed to ship me an item. They didn't ship me the item. Usually PayPal will side with the person who sent the money in that case. However, since tips on streams are not eBay transactions and there's literally no evidence of any kind of a financial transaction taking place, PayPal will almost always side with the streamer in that case. And I know for a fact, I can tell you, over the years that I've done this and accepted tips, I've won every single time that that's happened as a dispute like that. I've won every one, and I always keep the money, all right? However, the problem here is what basically Tut is doing is committing credit card fraud. So he literally publicly has stated, yes, I am tipping Phil. This is me. He can keep it. I have it in writing in emails. Yes, these are my contributions, and you can keep them. This is legit. Now he's stating with PayPal, oh, this was credit card fraud, and someone stole my credit card, okay? It's bullshit. It's actual crime to do what he's doing. And if someone sought to go after him and tracked him down, he could go to jail for what he's doing right now. Okay? It's actual fraud. I don't think again, this guy's so eccentric. Apparently he just has money to blow on everyone, right? So he just thinks he's above the law. He's above everything. He's above the rules. He's above the law. He can do whatever the hell he wants. So basically over $1,200 has been frozen in my PayPal tips account, and it's basically right now just shown as frozen.
Now, obviously, for 2 months, I didn't just hold all the money that ever sent me. I used it all. I spent it on bills and stuff.
So that money's gone. So basically, I'm $1,200 in the hole right now, and it's his fault for committing credit card fraud. Now, it's still being investigated by PayPal, and the good news is there's not been a determination yet. And the fact that there wasn't an instant determination makes me feel that PayPal is actually taking this seriously and isn't just going to outright just rule out of nowhere, oh, okay, we approve it and you lose all your money, Phil, right? I think what they're actually doing is probably they're going to contact his credit card company and say, what the hell's up with this person? And I get the feeling once they look at the history, the fact he's been doing these crazy amounts of tips and everything, to everyone, not just me, but to multiple other parties and everything, they're going to look and say, nah, this is bullshit. This is some kid. He's nuts or something. You know, you can't just call your credit card company and say, oh, you know, $1,200, you know, is not legit, but I've been doing it for 2 months and I just noticed this or something. You know, good luck trying to prove that. You know what I mean? But basically, it's fraud. He has 100% by putting these claims in committed credit card fraud. So we'll see what happens, okay? But I'm very nervous because, as you guys know, things are already tight for me. You know, I'm paying my bills on a monthly basis, getting through everything, but I'm in a situation where this is the end of the year. This is the big crunch time for me. This is the time when I'm playing all the new games. My streams get more hype. You know, typically this time of year, I make a lot more money on YouTube, and that's not happening this year. Because typically during this time, October, November, December, okay, that's the month when all the views on YouTube skyrocket, and I end up making a lot more money because there's great advertisements on YouTube. This year, that hasn't happened. This year, my YouTube is just kind of the same. So this is a time of year when normally I count on a bunch of extra money, and I didn't get any. So things are very tight, and now this happens, okay? So essentially, if this goes through and $1,200 that I legitimately raised over the last 2 months gets taken from me, essentially, I don't know how this affects me. I don't know if PayPal can go after me because, like I said, I've spent the money. It shows as like a negative balance in your PayPal account. So I don't know if this is something that PayPal can come after me legally and say, oh, now you owe us money. Like, but fuck you. You screwed up. You accepted the money, and you're the one granting that this is for, you know, credit card fraud in the favor of someone who blatantly is committing fraud. We have tons of evidence showing this kid, whoever he is, actively made these charges. He 100%, you know, agreed to it. I have it in writing, so it doesn't make any sense. Okay, but this is a major problem. I mean, this kid is so nuts. He thinks he's above the law. He's above rules. He's above everything. He actually has committed credit card fraud and could go to jail for it. So he better hope that PayPal doesn't truly investigate this with the credit card company and get the police involved, or he's screwed. But I'm just saying, this is a terrible situation all around, because if this stands and, Phil never gets the money, then I'm $1,200 in the hole. I don't know if PayPal can come after me for it, or maybe they'll just close my PayPal account. Okay, I have no idea how it works. Okay, I have no idea. So I guess we're going to find out. Okay, but we need to know what's going on, and there's no answer yet. Okay, this situation really sucks. It absolutely does. It absolutely fucking sucks. And I did nothing wrong. It's
a nutcase.
Basically, a kid who lost his fucking mind, and, it's just like, what do you do? Nothing. All I can do is move forward positively, keep going, right, guys? And just say, I'm going to keep putting out fun streams. Thanks, everyone. Let's keep moving forward positively. And understand, guys, seriously, I just want you guys to understand that whatever you contribute helps tremendously. Even though this is happening, okay? I actually planned for something like this to happen. I did. And so just so you guys know, whether you cheer, sub, or tip, it still helps me positively here, okay? I just want you to understand that. Don't think, oh, God, now Phil's all screwed up. What happened? No matter what you guys do, it still helps. And regardless if that PayPal account gets shut down or whatever, fine, let it get shut down, and I'll deal with that on the back end. Whether PayPal tries to come after me for the money or whatever, I don't know. But obviously I don't have it, so good luck with them trying to get that money from me when I don't even have it, right? But yeah, it's basically a really screwed up situation. But I just want you guys to understand, anything that you guys contribute, it still helps. It's not like, oh God, now everything's screwed up. No, if you cheer, sub, or tip, all that stuff still helps me, okay? So, all I can say is, let's try to keep moving forward positively, okay? Let's try to keep moving forward positively. I'm going to keep putting out daily fun streams, and that's all we can do, That's all we can do. And hope that this thing does get resolved, that PayPal does look into it, actually research it, and realize this is just someone trying to commit credit card fraud. And at that point, put an end to it, and then it all gets resolved, and then no problems. Then we're just move forward positively. And yeah, obviously, in this situation, we're never going to see Tut again. He's gone. Good riddance at this point. Someone who was literally, every time he showed up in stream chat, he would derail it the whole stream. Being, basically an attention hog, trying to make it all about himself, and again, not to say I'm not grateful for the contributions, but I kind of suspected the entire time. When you see someone like that, who it's not someone who's a fan, it's not someone who's even recognized, but someone who just comes in and all of a sudden just starts dropping contributions out of nowhere, and then makes it all about them, you know something's going on behind the scenes. Like, I fully suspected that eventually this was going to happen. I did. I 100% suspected that this was eventually going to happen. Okay? So, yeah, you know, it is what it is. So we'll see what happens. All right? And we'll go from there. But that's the situation. Tuts gone. Goodbye. Never coming back. And, you know, let's move forward positively, everyone. And any contributions you guys give is much appreciated right now, because I am very uncertain about what's going to happen now because of this whole situation. You know, I just have no clue. Okay?
La 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 la. La la la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La la la. La la la. La la la.